Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of the 30th of May 2019. The current character challenge is Teen Titans Raven, and that's a 1 week repeat. The required characters for that are Killer Frost, Scorpion, and Hawkgirl, who unfortunately are all challenge golds, which is really crap.
So I think this is the worst challenge requirements ever.
Yeah, because you really need to have played for a long time and collected challenge characters, and I think I obviously don't have anything to substantiate this, I haven't checked, but it's possible that you would have had to have been playing through the first time Teen Titans Raven showed up, approximately, to be able to have all these challenge characters.
Yeah, that's an interesting, yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So this is definitely pretty hostile to new players. It's going to
Yes.
be really difficult to get this if you don't
That's
already
right.
have a bunch of challenge golds.
And so I guess what makes up for it, I mean, so here's the thing. She's got good high stats, and she's a good character. She's just not a great character.
Yeah.
So her passive is Demonic Embrace, and special attacks have a chance to drain 25% health and power. Raven receives all health and power that has been drained. So my thing is, I've never been a big fan of chance 2 in either passives or gears,
Yeah.
unless the chance is either really high, and when I say really high, I mean like 75% or higher, or the thing that might happen is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Like with Dawn of Justice Superman when he disables gears.
Exactly, yeah. It has to change the sort of game.
Right. What's interesting about her drain is that the drain is 25 of her opponent's max health, not their current health. So this could actually knock somebody out. And I think her passive can still trigger even if the special is blocked or dodged, but I don't play enough with her to know, because the part that actually matters a lot more maybe than it should is just how the basic moves go.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. The power drain, when it's 25% of their max power, it's fine, but it's still less than 1 bar. And I guess you already know how I feel about health drain, because it's a defensive ability.
Yeah.
And so for those who aren't sure, that's...
Yeah, you want to play fast, high damage. You don't want to play long, drawn-out fights where you're getting stuff back that you've lost. You want to try to make a team where you don't have to lose stuff in the first place.
Right.
You want a contingency plan in place, but it shouldn't be how you plan.
Shouldn't be the primary
Yeah.
goal, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing is, all challenge character is good and worth unlocking, so that you can always decide later if she fits in with your strategy and the team that you're trying to make. But I think the cost, if you want to buy out the ladders that require a character you don't have, might be just way too expensive for her. Either by buying them out or even by trying to get the challenge pack
Yeah.
and getting lucky. on that.
This week's multiplayer award is Cassandra Cain Batgirl, and she has a passive, Assassin's Ambush, which is on tag, and Cassandra Cain attacks, causing opponent to lose 25% of current health.
Right. So she's got lower stats, and it seems, when you see all the new challenge characters, that she is pretty weak. But,
Yeah.
I mean, she was the second ever multiplayer season reward character exclusive ever.
Yeah.
After Ares. And she's had a lot of seasons, so there's lots of potential for facing her at level 60 Elite 10.
And this is interesting because we're comparing and contrasting to the challenge character, Teen Titans Raven, right? That 25% health is max health, not... for
Raven,
For
it
Raven, and it's current health for Cassandra Cain.
Right. So that means you can't just tag her in and out 4 times and knock them out.
Yeah.
In fact, her passive won't actually let you knock anybody out.
Yeah, so it's better the earlier. So it's good right at the beginning of the fight, and it gets worse and worse the more damage somebody's taking.
Right. And if her passive looks familiar, that's because it is, because Claw of Horus will also, on tag in, reduce the opponent's health, but it's 10%.
Yeah.
And unlike the Master's Death Cart, which deals 20% health damage, there's limited, if any, power generation from the tag in. Like Master's Death Cart, you get a bar of power.
Yeah.
This one you don't really get much, if anything. And like I said, you can't knock them out because 25% of their current health, even if they've only got 1 health left, they still got 3/4 of their health left.
Yeah,
of
and
that
so,
1 bar.
I mean, we mentioned 2 gears that also do very similar things. So you can stack her passive with Claw Force and Master's Death Cart if you want to make sort of a themed character. And that makes her a lot more interesting to play with, but still not super powerful in that
but
aspect.
that would be kind of fun if you teamed
Yeah.
up with Hawkgirl and just tagged her in and out as fast as you could.
Yeah, just to do a ton of tag and damage as sort of her main shtick.
Yeah. And so like all the Batgirls too, I mean, she's great because she does fine with the Cloak of Destiny and League of Assassins Knives loadout, so that she can do a huge amount of special 1 damage. when she stuns, because she stuns at the beginning of her special one. But unlike all the other Batgirls, because her passive on tag in does the damage, it actually removes any stun, whether it's the opponent that got stunned before you tagged her in, or even you get a 20% chance max of stunning with the Cloak of Destiny, but you lose all that because her coming in to kick you unblocked, it removes the stun.
Yeah. So still a lot of fun to play overall, but not the best character.
Right.
Sort of okay.
And she's fast. Like I think she might even be the fastest Batgirl too, which is good for basics.
In the store, we have the Flashpoint Batman pack for $26.99 Canadian. Not worth it. Just remember, it's one copy, and they won't unlock in your store. It's probably what next week's challenge is, but as far as an actual thing to purchase, we don't recommend it.
Right.
We also have the Justice League team for $26.99, also Canadian. And that comes with Superman, Regime Wonder Woman, and Aquaman.
And so they call it the Justice League team pack, but it's not the good Justice League team that we like to use in our weekly P and Q and C and A and T video.
Yeah.
Which is way more powerful. But, it's still interesting. The problem is, originally, for power credits, I would have recommended it. For cash, I don't.
Yeah.
One copy, same idea with the other cash packs. You don't unlock it in your store, so.
Mm-hmm.
And we still haven't had, this is it, right? We for months now, we haven't had a similar pack coming in for power credits instead of cash.
Yeah, and we've had packs that used to be power credits cash, so I think it's fair to say that they've shifted their model.
Right.
Survivor, we have the League of Assassins gear set, and we don't know when that's until. There's no date set right now.
Right, and it's funny because they have the picture of the gears, but they don't actually say the name of it, and it's just, I don't know, that's kind of weird, and it scared me a little bit to maybe think that they'd screwed up again. So I tested it this week, definitely confirmed it is giving out League of Assassins gear even when we are disconnected from the internet.
Yeah, so there we go. Phantom Zone is back for 2 weeks, so this is a good time when we mention later for the challenge reset to remember for your progress, but also it's a good time to get some Nth Metal and Valorium while you have it.
So this is interesting too, because Phantom Zone was broken. What you're seeing in the video here is Phantom Zone is active, but on our other account, it was actually broken.
Yeah.
And it showed progress as being finished, nothing you can touch. But this was that account, we'd actually completed it completely and bought out each buy-in. We'd done every buy-in and completed it. So I was able to bring it back using the challenge reset. And what I think we'll do is test it once we've completed the buyouts for this week's and see if we can reset it again and still keep all our stuff.
Yeah.
And if we do, then maybe we'll have a video on the weekend demonstrating it and showing that it actually works.
Yeah. So there we go. Moving on to current glitches. Just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the I in the top right corner of this video. We're Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android. Just another quick spoiler alert, nothing has changed this week.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Nothing has changed as we're going to read it in this video anyways. Right. And if you're on iOS and you see a question from another iOS user, help each other out in the comments, because since we can't speak to them, you guys are each other's best resources.
Right. So maybe we'll start with the significant not working glitches. So because there have been a number of significant glitches that used to be, so we get a lot of questions saying, well, does this work? Can I do this? Can I do that? Mm-hmm. As far as we're concerned, there's no working glitch for credits that we can endorse. There is something that people have been using. We don't recommend it. We talk about it in more detail in a previous P and Q and C and A and T video, season 6, episode 9. Link is in the description and in the I in the top right corner. So if you want us to expound on that a little bit more, listen to us expound on that a little bit more, you can listen to it there. Mm-hmm. But it requires 2 devices, 1 account. Too risky for us. Yeah.
We also have not working in quick succession the glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards, the glitch for early multiplayer season rewards, and the glitch for getting through the Phantom Zone quickly. None of those are currently working.
Right. So working glitches. The breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly is still working. As always, we cut and pasted a comment from a viewer who was having trouble and had a solution. We can't confirm whether it's actually useful or not because we've never had a problem using the breakthrough glitch.
Mm-hmm. The challenge reset method to require Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed on the current Teen Titans Raven challenge. And so we're just going to state this reminder again before we've fully posted it.
Yeah, so the flip side, right? Because we're saying that we could reset it. Just remember
it resets it.
Yeah, so unless you're ready to drop that progress, be aware that when you do the challenge reset that you're going to give up potentially a bunch of progress.
So we'll have more to say on that soon. But right now, just a reminder. Make sure it's progress that you're willing to have reset. And now we say willing, not with the implication that you wouldn't want it reset, but willing with the sort of question mark at the end.
Intentional?
Yeah, we'll figure that out and get back to you guys. The airplane mode / refund glitch is still working. That's good for packs with random drops, aka loot boxes, which is relevant now.
Again, which we talked about in this week's Q and C, P and Q and C and A and T. I think that was episode 21, season 6.
So it's good for both loot boxes and last laugh tickets. We should point out that it does not work in the Phantom Zone when it's around for us because it requires an online connection. And people who are from the looks of it, iOS users have said that there's a method that works for them to re-roll their rewards if you sign out before the final boss fight and switch your accounts immediately if you don't like your rewards. But that looks like it's iOS users, and we haven't found an equivalent sort of method for Android that does the same thing.
Right. So time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Again, always remember to bring your cooldown clock, your countdown clock back to normal before you finish. There's the free energy where you don't have to watch the video, you skip ahead. And that works for some iOS users who've been having trouble. Yeah, we've cut and pasted user Dragons 952's potential solution. It's in the description if you want to give it a try. Again, at your own risk. We don't know. We can't confirm whether it works or not.
Mm-hmm. And in between not working and working glitches, we have the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. It still hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14. It's been a very long time. So it's still not testable and it's still not usable, but we're keeping it here because we keep glitches in the list until they fail. And this is technically not failed. We just haven't been able to check. And
we're stubborn too.
Yeah, it's unlikely that we will be able to check. So it's still here for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And just to finish up, one last thing, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/bdckr. You don't have to support us. We don't expect anybody to support us, but we super appreciate it when you do. And more importantly than us plugging it, although we would appreciate it if anybody who's watching this video makes the choice to support us, we should give a huge, huge thank you to people who have already made that choice.
So that's a big thank you to Console Peasant, who's supporting us at the top tier last word, John Ariema, supporting us at the Your Message Here tier, and Shawn Farrell, Daniel Simonson, and Aaron Maule, who are supporting us on the credited level. And last but not least, Eddie G, Chris Wolf, and Laszlo Georgiades at the gratitude level.
So there we go. And that'll be all for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.